For many dogs, car travel can be a source of significant stress, manifesting as vocalization, shaking, drooling, or other behaviors associated with anxiety. If you and your dog are struggling with canine car-associated stress, understand that this is a behavioral response, not a choice. Your dog is actually having a hard time versus giving you a hard time. In today's video, I'm going to give you the 5 things that you can work on with your dog over time to change their feeling about the car from stressful to relaxed. We'll use the techniques of desensitization, which means moving at a pace that your dog indicates that they're comfortable with based on their observable body language feedback, and counter conditioning, meaning pairing the experience with something that your dog considers positive. Our goals for your pup will be ultimately a safer and calmer travel experience. Hi friends, I'm Terrie Hayward, a professional dog trainer and behavior consultant. My passion is helping families communicate better with their dogs. Let's get started. Step number 1 is build a happy place association with the car. The first thing we can do is teach our dog to either settle on a mat or voluntarily and collaboratively hang out inside a crate. I'm going to go ahead and link my crate training video below. Yes? Once we teach our dog that they are comfortable either on a mat or in a crate, we can then transfer that into the vehicle so that they have, yes, a safe spot where they're relaxed and there's already an association with calm. To do this settle on a mat behavior, we can first of all set up the mat so that it's between you and your dog. Yes, and we toss a treat away. Go get it. And then as your dog comes back, yes, we mark and then reinforce them where we want them on the mat. Release my hand. Yes, now mark and reinforce again for the dog being on the mat. Like I said, I'll link the separate crate training video, but the reason, yes, that we would want to teach a settle on a mat or comfortably go inside your crate is then it's like a fresh start, and we can teach your dog to either settle on a mat or to feel comfortable inside a crate inside the car. These skills of either settle on a mat or going into the crate are taught completely separately, yes, from the car to start. And then over time, like I said, we'll teach the dog that then they can transfer those skills inside the vehicle. But they have nothing initially to do with the car other than, yes, teaching the dog to relax, lying down, settling on a mat, and or going inside and hanging out comfortably in a crate. Step number 2 is that we want to teach the dog the car equals good stuff game. So what we do here is, yes, we might walk near the car, we might walk by the car, yes, we might walk away from the car, because again, we don't want to, Esther, yes, we don't want to always make the game more difficult, and if the dog struggles being near the car, then we don't want to always force them to continue to move closer. So anytime we walk closer to the car, we're going to keep our rate of reinforcement nice and high. We're using high value treats. We want to, yes, reinforce any calm behavior near the car. And again, at the beginning, that might mean starting at the other end of your driveway. We might just walk all the way around the car. Yes. And as long as your dog is calm, which means wiggly body language, then we're going to mark, yes, and reinforce. There's no other criteria here. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to respond to any cues. However, them taking or not taking food will be a good metric to be able to determine how they're feeling about the situation. If you've got really high value treats, Esther, yes, and your dog is not taking them when you're near the car, that means that you need to start further away. If you're trying to play a game like the car equals good stuff and your dog is nervous or anxious, it's going to look like this. Your dog might be lip licking, they might be yawning, they might be turning away, moving their whole body away. Yes, they might not take treats even if they're really high value things like chicken or cheese. They might shake off as if you just gave them a bath, but they're not wet. So these are some examples of behaviors that would indicate fear, anxiety, or stress, and that mean that you need to make the situation easier in order for your dog to be successful. Step number 3 is the car step game, where we mark and reinforce small approximations of the game of having your dog get in and then get out. Again, so that the behavior doesn't become more difficult. It doesn't have to be get in and stay in longer. Instead, it's go ahead and get in. Yes! I was just marking because she was kind of sniffing the car, and I'm going to treat her inside, yes, and I'm marking again, and I'm going to treat her and let her jump right back out, because again, we don't want the steps to be harder and harder each time. Yes, so I'm going to mark something I like, which is just that she was just giving me voluntary eye contact, and then I'm going to reinforce where I want her, which is in the car. Now again, if she hesitated, I could put a treat closer to the car, I could put it down here, and then I'd move away and go back to step 2. Yes, and this time again, I'm treating outside the car, because we don't want, again, for her to think that the next step is more difficult. You want to remember to make sure to keep sessions short and finish before your dog tires of the game. Step number 4 is that we're going to desensitize and counter condition to engine sounds and then small movements with the car. So I'm going to go ahead and put my key in. When I do that, my car starts beeping. That alone could be the time that, yes, you need to mark and reinforce your dog for calm behavior in the presence of that sound. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the car on. And immediately, yes, right back off. Note there's no duration at the beginning. It's on, it's off. If your dog really struggles with the sound of the car, you could also do this step with your dog outside the vehicle. So you could have somebody else start the car and you're just, yes, marking and reinforcing calm behavior, tolerating the sound, yes, while the engine is running and they can hear it. And otherwise, again, we can do this while your dog is inside, making sure that they slowly start to, yes, feel comfortable with the sound of the car. After your dog is comfortable with the sound of the car, you can make very small movements. So for example, my dog is comfortable with the sound. Yes, I've built some duration on the sound of the engine. And now what I'm going to do is just move a tiny bit. I owed you a cookie. There we go. So I'm just going to move forward. Yes, just enough so that my dog could feel the car moving. Yes, and I'm marking and reinforcing her for calm when the car was in motion. Be sure to remember to vary your game in the distance, duration, distraction, yes, category. So again, your dog doesn't feel like this is a terrible idea. It just becomes more and more difficult. Also remember that for each of these steps, you may need to invest some time. Each dog is different, study of one, an individual dog. So it may take longer, it may take more repetitions before you're ready to move on to the next step. And again, you'll know that by the observable body language that your dog displays. And step number 5, the smallest ride. You want to start and end every trip on a high note. The goal is to create positive associations with the car and do so in really tiny increments. Again, once your dog is comfortable with and in the car and with the sound of the car, you can start to move around in tiny increments. This may mean just pulling forward or backwards just a few feet, then getting out and having a fun game, like maybe a chase or tug or lots of treats. Something that your dog enjoys. Once your dog is comfortable in the car, remember to build up slowly. You only want to take a short ride, maybe 5 minutes, and then finish with, again, something great so that your dog pairs that experience with something positive. Don't push ahead and end up in the flooding category. Instead, we want to make sure that we are continuing to use desensitization and counter conditioning so that your dog enjoys the process. As a final thought, you should definitely talk with your veterinarian or your veterinary behaviorist about the possibility of medication. Many times we can gain a lot of traction on the behavior modification piece when we pair training and meds. Therefore, it's key to discuss your dog's anxiety with your vet or veterinary behaviorist, which is a vet who specializes in behavior. Many times, vet-prescribed medications can be the key to allowing our training to be successful so that your dog is calm and comfortable when going in the car. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.